This is the Golden Gate. It's the East Gate. It's known as the Mercy Gate to Jerusalem. As you can tell, it's been sealed up for a long, long time.
A gate believed to remain closed until the return of Jesus is said to be showing signs of change, not because of human effort, not by coincidence, but, some believe, by a force far beyond human control. This isn't just stone and ancient walls. This is prophecy, long dormant, beginning to stir. For millions around the world, the Golden Gate is believed to open only at the most significant moment in human history. And now, reports are emerging that something is happening that no one expected. Across temples, churches, and mosques, whispers are spreading. Pilgrims are arriving in Jerusalem, not to sightsee, but to witness what many are calling a sign, a gate that has endured sultans, conquerors, earthquakes, and centuries of silence, may finally be showing signs of movement. Sealed in fear, surrounded by graves, wrapped in legend, the Golden Gate of Jerusalem may be approaching the moment many believe will fulfill ancient prophecy, one tied by some to the events of the end times. If you want to understand what's being claimed, what remains unspoken, and why this moment matters to so many, be sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what comes next. For nearly 500 years, this gate has remained unchanged. While every other entrance to Jerusalem's old city has been repaired, rebuilt, or reopened, this one has resisted all attempts at alteration. One gate, untouched. Not by accident, believers say, but by divine timing. The Golden Gate faces directly toward the Mount of Olives, the place where prophecy across multiple faiths says the Messiah will appear. In Jewish tradition, the Messiah is expected to enter Jerusalem through this gate. Christians believe Jesus will return through it at his second coming. Two faiths, one doorway, a shared expectation. But here's what has sent shockwaves through prophetic communities. After centuries of complete stillness, reports suggest something has shifted. Local witnesses describe unusual activity near the gate. Religious leaders from different faiths have reportedly held quiet, urgent discussions. And perhaps most striking of all, mainstream media has said nothing. Prophecy, believers say, rarely announces itself. It doesn't arrive with headlines or press releases. It begins quietly, through whispers, patterns, and signs noticed only by those paying close attention. Recent claims suggest access to interior sections of the gate may have occurred. No ceremony, no public explanation, just a subtle disturbance that has unsettled believers and skeptics alike. Because if ancient prophecies are true, this isn't just a historic moment, it could be something far greater.
In 1541, Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent did not seal the Golden Gate on a whim. Newly translated Ottoman accounts suggest the Sultan experienced recurring dreams, visions of a mysterious figure approaching Jerusalem from the Mount of Olives, entering through the Eastern Gate and transforming the city. Disturbed, Suleiman sought counsel from Jewish rabbis, Christian priests, and Islamic scholars. According to the records, all three traditions warned him of the same thing. The gate carried immense prophetic significance, tied to events of the end times, so the Sultan sealed it. But even that wasn't enough. He ordered a Muslim cemetery placed directly in front of the gate, creating a second barrier. The graves would prevent ritual purity for Jewish priests and, symbolically, ensure that only someone with power over life and death could pass through. What was intended as a blockade may have become part of the prophecy itself. In trying to stop it, the Sultan may have unknowingly prepared the stage for its fulfillment. 2,000 years ago, Jesus entered Jerusalem along this very path. He came from the Mount of Olives, he rode a donkey, he passed through the Eastern Gate. Every detail fulfilled prophecy with precision. Zechariah 9:9 foretold a king coming humbly, riding on a donkey, and Christians believe Jesus fulfilled it exactly. But prophecy didn't stop there. Zechariah 14 speaks of a future moment when the Messiah's feet will stand on the Mount of Olives and the mountain will split in two. Same mountain, same direction, same gate, but this time not as a humble servant, rather as a conquering king. The gate that once welcomed the Prince of Peace is believed by Christians to one day welcome the King of Kings. History, believers argue, shows a strange pattern. In 1917, plans to destroy the gate were halted when British forces captured Jerusalem that very day. In 1967, Israeli forces have the authority to reopen it, but a respected rabbi intervened, warning that only the Messiah may pass through. The plan was abandoned. In 1993, peace negotiators intended to open it symbolically. The night before, leaders on both sides reportedly shared the same dream, a figure before the gate saying, "Not yet, not by your hands." The ceremony was canceled without explanation. Again and again, attempts to alter the gate fail without clear political or logistical reasons. Even engineers and archaeologists over the centuries reported unexplained obstacles, tools breaking, plans abandoned, access denied. To many, it appears as though the gate itself resists interference. While other structures in Jerusalem show centuries of wear, most stonemasons note that the Golden Gate's condition is unusually preserved, almost untouched by time.
Then came 2019. During Ramadan, a maintenance worker claimed to hear prayers coming from inside the sealed chambers. At the same time, security cameras around the gate malfunctioned, only in that specific area. The footage disappeared. Soon after, blurry images circulated, showing a flickering light inside the gate, a light with no clear source, a steady, pulsing glow. Religious leaders from Judaism, Christianity, and Islam were reportedly shown the images. None offered public explanations. All requested privacy. Even more unusual was the official response. Normally, any activity on the Temple Mount draws immediate attention and statements. This time, silence. No confirmations, no denials. To many, that silence spoke volumes. Prophecy, believers say, unfolds in stages, hidden preparation before visible fulfillment, quiet movement before public revelation. Jesus himself warned that his return would come suddenly, like the days of Noah, ordinary life continuing until everything changes in an instant. Some believe the inner chambers stirring while the outer gate remains sealed fits this pattern. First the whisper, then the shout. Reports continue to emerge, more dreams, increased spiritual focus on Jerusalem, unusual geological activity, and global events aligning with ancient texts. The Golden Gate stands at the center of it all. Geologically, the Mount of Olives and the Golden Gate share the same limestone bedrock. Seismologists confirm a fault line running directly between them. Recent surveys have detected increased microtremors along this line, vibrations more frequent than normal tectonic activity can explain. Jerusalem appears in biblical prophecy more than any other city, over 800 times, and most references speak not of its past, but its future. At the heart of those prophecies stands the Golden Gate. Today, the Jewish community sees it as the entry point for their Messiah. Christians believe Jesus will return through it. Muslims know it as Bab al-Rahmah, the Gate of Mercy. 3 faiths, 3 interpretations, 1 gate. Even its Hebrew name, Shar al-Rachamim, means mercy. Not judgment, not destruction. Mercy. Quiet interfaith meetings have reportedly taken place in Jerusalem. Rabbis, pastors, and Islamic scholars sensing that something meaningful may be approaching. They may disagree theologically, but on one point, many agree the long season of waiting feels closer to its end. Every empire that tried to control this gate failed. Every ruler who attempted to force its opening failed. Why? Because, believers say, the gate doesn't belong to nations or leaders. It belongs to prophecy. For centuries, it has stood as a reminder that divine promises unfold on divine timing. that some doors cannot be opened by human hands. Now, many believe that timing may be drawing near. The stones are said to be stirring, the silence breaking. After 500 years, the Golden Gate of Jerusalem is awakening, and when the one who holds the keys finally walks through it, believers say everything will change. The countdown isn't written in calendars, it's written in stone. Are you ready for what comes next? Because ready or not, the gate is waking.